So in this video, I'm going to talk about little things that we can do, little habits that take literally 1 minute or less to help us increase our feminine energy and stay more connected to our feminine energy just in everyday life. And all of these tips are just like small little practical things that anyone can do. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, tap into their divine feminine, and become their best self. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. So before I get into the 5 different habits, just a reminder that my new course, Awaken Your Feminine Energy, is available starting today. So the link for that will be down in the description box. If you feel called to explore this topic a bit further and go a little bit deeper with me, then be sure to check it out. The first tiny little habit to increase your feminine energy that takes almost no time at all is just simply being able to say no. Like, this literally takes 5 seconds, but it will make a world of a difference for you. For some reason, we can kind of become conditioned, especially as women, that we have to say yes to everything. Yes to every invite we get. Yes to every favor that's asked of us. Because maybe that makes us a good person, and also we don't want to hurt people's feelings. But the truth is that when you keep saying yes to other people, oftentimes that means you have to say no to yourself. To be more in your feminine energy, you have to realize that your time and energy are precious. Not everyone gets access to you all the time just because they want it. If someone calls you, it doesn't mean that you have to answer right away or even answer at all. If someone texts you, it doesn't mean that you have to respond right away. If someone asks a favor of you, it doesn't mean that you automatically have to say yes. And if you run yourself ragged trying to please other people, you will be left depleted and stripped of your spark. Okay, so this is a great little example. Just like last weekend, we hosted this fun little barbecue in our new, freshly renovated backyard, and we had burgers and it was a good time. A bunch of friends were there. And Cole asked me like 2 weeks ago. Cole is my husband. He is generally the more social and extroverted one in the relationship. He was like, hey, the weather's been great. We just finished our backyard. Let's host a barbecue. Let's have people over. Let's cook burgers, serve drinks. Like, it'll be a good time. And I was like, that sounds like so much fun, but I do not have the capacity to host or plan anything like that. Like getting all the food, all the supplies, cleaning the house the day of, inviting everyone. Like, I just did not have the capacity, the time, or the energy to do all of that. I've been extremely busy lately, and that would have just depleted me and pushed me past my limits. And so that's what I said. I said, that sounds like so much fun, but I cannot help with it. I don't have the capacity to help with that. So no, I cannot help, but yes, I will happily attend. So it's totally up to you. And he was like, okay, sounds good. I'll plan the whole thing. You can just show up. And that is what he did. And we had a good time. And I mean, this is just a little example right there, but in everyday life, we need to know where our limits are. And when those limits start to get crossed, you need to be able to say no with the little things and with the big things, with your time, with your energy, with your values, with everything. It's not that I didn't want to help my husband host a fun little barbecue. It's just that I had reached my limit of what I was capable of being responsible for and putting my time and energy towards. And I knew that if I took on any more, it would deplete me. So by saying yes to helping, I would be saying no to myself. Say yes when you want to say yes, when you can say yes, when it feels good to say yes. But when you can feel it in your body that the answer is no, then the answer is no. And this is just a little tip, but the way that you communicate your no matters and makes a difference usually in how the other person responds. So let's say you've had a very busy, stressful week and you've been planning all week on Saturday that you are going to spend the day alone. You're just gonna stay home, do self-care, take naps, watch a movie. And then one of your friends is like, hey, can you help me move on Saturday and help pack boxes? If you respond with the energy of like, well, I don't know, I kind of was wanting to do this other thing. I'm not sure if I can. That no is weak. And they're more likely to be like, oh, but please, I just really need your help. And they're more likely to keep pushing you and keep bugging you. But if the answer is simply like, I'm not available to help that day, that no is much more firm and solid, and they're much less likely to push back on you. They're more likely to just respect it and move on. It's also the difference in saying, I don't think I have the capacity for that versus I don't have the capacity for that. One is a little iffy, one is more firm. I had to learn this as a formal people pleaser and as a Libra moon. I had to learn how to say no. And I realized that right off the bat, if I said something clear and direct, I'm not interested in that. I'm not available that day. I don't have a capacity for that. If I said something clear and direct, then I wouldn't receive pushback for my no. I always hated receiving pushback for my no. That's like a very uncomfortable feeling, right? But if you are firm and direct and clear, that pushback is a lot less. Whereas if you're like, I don't know. I mean, I could, but I didn't really want to, but I could if you really needed it, but I don't really know. Then people are gonna push back because they know that they can change your mind. So this is just something to keep in mind. A clear, firm no is much better and usually much more well received than a, iffy, 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of no. The reality is that to stay in your feminine energy, your boundaries matter. Saying no, it matters. It's important. And it only takes 5 seconds to politely say no. Now, this next 1 minute habit is something that is very specific and something that I just realized on my own, living my own daily life. There was this one little thing that would always zap me of my feminine energy, and I finally realized it a few months ago. I realized, and this might sound a little weird, but it doesn't matter what I'm exactly doing, but if I stay sitting, like sitting at my desk, for example, in the same exact position, for 2+ hours, like 2, 3, 4 hours. And if I don't move, I don't get up to like stand up and stretch, I don't kind of get the blood flowing, I don't ever move around and take breaks, I will start to lose my connection to my feminine energy. I will start to shift into a different energy. And it doesn't matter the task that I'm doing. It doesn't matter if I'm sitting at my desk working or if I'm shopping on the internet or planning a luxury trip to Bora Bora. If I stay in the same position, just sitting, not moving my body, my connection to my feminine energy starts to feel weak. I start to feel less vibrant and full of life. I just don't feel my best. I just start to feel this ickiness in my body, and I gradually start to move into a more masculine way of being. And this kind of makes sense actually, because the feminine energy is all about flow and movement, right? And one of the biggest tips that I have always said, and other people have said too, that to get into your feminine energy, move your body, connect to your body. So if you're sitting, not moving for an extended period of time, that is the opposite of that. And so I realized that to stay more connected to my feminine energy just throughout my day, and especially throughout the time that I was working and doing things at my computer, I really needed to stand up and take breaks. I needed to take little breaks to move around, even if it was me just grabbing a sip of water and going to the bathroom. That sitting in the same position for an extended period of time caused that feminine flow to stop moving throughout my body. When I'm doing things, and especially when I am working, I very much enjoy what I do, so I can oftentimes get very zoned in, very focused, very much in flow. But sometimes that means that I literally don't get up from my chair for hours, 3 hours pass, and I'm like, whoa, where was the time? And then I realized I just don't feel as good. So for those of you who especially work at a desk all day, maybe you notice this too. I feel like I'm not the only one. Notice how you feel after 2+ hours of not getting up. Notice how you feel in your body, how you feel in your energy. Notice how your brain changes a little bit. I just feel that this is more important than we realize, and this is a little thing that is affecting our feminine energy. I don't think we are meant to be literally in the same position for extended periods of time. I don't think that makes us feel good. I don't think that gives us that vibrant energy. So take a minute to just stand, move your body, stretch your body a little bit, maybe do a lap around the house or the office, change your position, change your setup. I really, really believe that we can lose touch with our feminine energy when we stay stiff and do not move our body. Next little tip to stay connected to your feminine energy in just everyday life, it takes literally less than 10 seconds, is to just turn on some music and turn on your favorite playlist. Music connects you to your feminine energy. It connects you to play. It connects you to your body. It connects you to your emotions. Music is powerful. Music is feminine. Singing and playing instruments, that is incredibly feminine. And you will even notice that a lot of the male musicians out there, they tend to have a little bit more feminine energy because music is feminine. Listening to music while you're chopping veggies for dinner, or listening to music while you're getting ready in the morning. It shifts the energy, it shifts the vibe, and it's a little way that we can romanticize our life. It makes our life more fun. And that leads me to my next little habit, having little mini dance moments here and there. I know I've talked about in many videos on my YouTube channel the power of dancing and how dancing is literally one of the best things that you can do to activate your feminine energy. But it doesn't need to be this big thing, you know, like, oh great, okay, I've got 30 minutes. I'm gonna put on my dancing outfit, I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes, I'm gonna clear the whole living room, and I'm gonna learn some choreography. It doesn't have to be like that. It can just be little moments of you shaking your hips while you're curling your hair in the morning. This could just be little moments of you like, woo, moving your body while you're sitting at a red light. This could be you just like throwing your hands up and having a little fun moment while you're tidying the house. It connects you to your body. It connects you to your play. It connects you to your pleasure. It connects you to your sensuality. If you can make dancing just little moments of like moving and having fun and dancing just a little bit, if you can make that a part of your daily life, it will absolutely change your energy. I literally just had a little moment like this about 30 minutes ago before I started filming. There's always at least a little moment in my day where I dance and move my body. Sometimes it's a dedicated 30 minutes where I put on workout clothes and I blast the music and I use it as my cardio. I dance as my workout and as my cardio. And then other times it's just me like, you know, moving my body a little bit while I'm doing my makeup in the morning. It's just adding a little moment of play into what I'm already doing. Moving your body, connecting to your body. That is feminine. And dancing, even if it's just a little 10 seconds of like, woo, okay, that was fun. Now back to what I was doing. This is a powerful way to turn on feminine energy. Now, the next habit that takes 1 minute or less to do, but can hugely impact your feminine energy, is just taking a moment to tune in. And let me explain what I mean by this. Sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day and all the tasks that we have to do that we kind of lose that connection to our body and our feelings and our intuition. And this disconnects us from our feminine energy. So it doesn't have to be this big thing. This can literally take less than 1 minute, but all you have to do is at least once a day. Maybe this is right upon waking in the morning, or maybe this is in the afternoon when you take a little break and you're starting to feel a little bit tired. You center yourself, you get still for a second, maybe you put your hand over your heart and you tune in. You ask, how do I feel? And what do I need? What does my body need? What does my mind need? What does my soul and my heart need? And lastly, if you'd like, I like to ask this question, what do I need to know right now? The feminine energy is tuned in to the body and the soul. So to activate your feminine energy and stay connected to your feminine energy, you need to be tuned in. But to be tuned in and connected, you have to slow down and take a moment to connect. It doesn't just happen on its own. This connection is built. This relationship with yourself, it has to be fostered. It's like if you have this best friend, but you never text her, never call her, never talk to her, that relationship will get weak. And it's the same with your soul, your intuition, your body, everything beyond, everything deeper. Take a minute to tune in and go deeper, at least once a day. It's a little thing that will increase your feminine energy like no other. If you have any other little habits that you love to do that take 1 minute or less to help you turn on that feminine energy, let me know in the comments. I think this is a really fun little idea, like habits that take 1 minute or less, because they're so attainable. They feel so easy, you know? So if you have any ideas, something that you do every day, share in the comments below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you're definitely gonna like this video, because this video is again all about little habits, little things that we can do to increase our feminine energy. So I definitely recommend you go check out that video if you haven't seen it already. So I'll see you over there, or I'll just see you next time in my next video. Bye.